Hello, everyone, and welcome to Danger Club Live. We are coming to you live from Paizocon. We play Pathfinder here normally at our studio in London. Every Monday we bring out new episodes tracking our own adventure path, playing through various modules from Pathfinder. We've played Master of the Living God, we've played Murder's Mark, Godsmith Heresy, all sorts of stuff, Fall of Plaguestone. We play it all. We're out every Monday, but today we are doing something very special called Lockdown Legends. It is a show we are recording while we're all trapped at home, and we are telling the backstories of some of our beloved characters, and specifically as a part of it on this one we are telling a story involving a group of level 0 characters going on a very dangerous adventure. We'll explain that in a minute. Let us introduce you to the cast while we're here. The only person currently coming to you live from Danger Club Studios, James Lockhart. I'm getting nostalgic looking behind you.
I know.
How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Yeah. I'm missing you all, obviously. I can't wait for the days when we can all get back together here in Danger Towers. But yeah, I'm keeping it safe and warm for you guys.
And the lamp's okay?
No, the lamp is doing absolutely fine. For those new listeners to the Danger Club, Dan likes to punch my lamp. I know, shocking, but the lamp's
he's
doing
right
really good.
next to your lamp in my screen here.
Right, there it is.
On my screen, it's right next to him. If he does a left punch like that, he could get it.
Well, due to the magic of perspective, it's actually quite far back. But hey, I can punch it.
I will get that lamp.
What kind of a monster punches lamps?
Did you steal loads of chairs from your housemates just to make it feel like we were really doing a real record?
I did.
Just raid the rest. Excellent.
Yeah.
Good.
I trod loads of food into my carpet, and I just, it was great.
You want them to stand. So one of the only three people here who's doing their second Paizocon in a 12-month stretch. We did Paizocon UK. Three of us did a few months ago over in Birmingham, where we were on our way back in the middle of the night, set upon by a mugger who we were saved from by Scott Wilson-Besgrove, aka Wolfgang Hemingway, the silver-tongued ninja who saved our lives that night.
Forgot all about that, man. Yeah, wow, that was like an actual started encounter that none of us expected. That went on for a long time. Yeah, that was an interesting one, but didn't sully our enjoyment of the con.
Yeah. We still had a great time, didn't we? That was a really good time. And of course, the person who got us into that mess in the first place by putting an expired credit card on his Uber account and leaving us stranded with no transport in a dangerous part of town, Ross Harmston. Oh yeah, welcome to the show.
This has gone a great way. Got a great way so far of Dan setting us up perfectly and also reminding us why we should be at each other's throats. Already, he's not even started DMing, and already I'm like, oh yeah, Ross, that was the whole point.
Yep. You like a little bit of excitement when you're with me, so yeah. Still got that bullet boon that I won from the last year, so still that's underneath me right now. I'm not using it as a pillow or anything.
You got a bullet balloon?
No, a boon. A bullet.
Why are you sitting on a bullet, bro?
Dude,
I got it in my Starfinder thingy majig.
You went to Paizo.
Great content, everyone. Thank you for tuning in.
The raffle that we had.
Yeah, we went to Paizocon UK. Ross won an incredibly valuable Starfinder Starship boon, which rather than using, he is literally sitting upon like a dragon sitting on his hoard of treasure. Just keep.
If anyone wants it, I may send it to you. All right. If anyone wants it in the Discord,
well, no one's going to want it now, Ross.
Well, that I promise.
Because it's come from under his arse. Is that what you're saying?
It's all going to be indented.
The first person in that Discord channel to say they want it, I'll send it to them.
It would have gone now. That's it.
It's gone. Yeah, it's gone.
It's gone.
And we know who's got it.
Right.
There is already
strange.
There are already people in the chat talking excitedly about this fact, and that is the fact that Drummond Bowskill is with us tonight, looking like a bin bag Jon Snow with a glass of champagne. Welcome,
yes,
buddy.
Hi, how you doing, guys? It's nice to see you guys. I'm so sorry that I've missed out on some of our previous lockdown records. It's been, it's been a rough time, I think, for all of us, hasn't it? So apologies for that, but I'm here tonight. I'm very excited to be here too.
I'm excited because you have young children in the house. Which means we might get to have a repeat of the famous BBC interview sketch with the thing where the kid bursts in the background in the middle of the show. That could happen at any moment.
Yeah,
that's the kind of
our earlier meeting was doused with willow explosions. So we're just going to do a little mic test here, and then she comes in going like, "I can't hear you!" like breaking everyone's ears.
It's the fact that her levels were better than ours, I think.
Yeah.
She's got the bow skill boom. She's got the bow skill boom. She was born without a whisper.
I'm just glad that we had tech support at this crucial time. You know, it's always good to know whether or not someone can hear you. Like, so.
I loved the sass because you were like, "I can't hear you, Willow. I've got my headphones in." She literally was back within a minute with her earmuffs on, being like, "I can't hear you now, Daddy. I can't hear you either, Daddy." It's like.
That's true.
And of course, we wouldn't be complete without the man from Whitstable. They call him the Oyster King. They don't call him that. I made that up. Colin Hubbard.
Yeah, no. Now, I did
good.
used to work in an oyster bar. So back in the day, pretty much everyone who lived in Whitstable, who grew up in Whitstable, used to shell oysters for a living. And they used to call me Crab Claw Damager.
Crab Claw Damager.
Hang on. Oyster bar master, Crab Claw Damager.
You definitely.
But not even
again. That's amazing.
Big up on my oyster bar.
Hello, welcome to
Everybody
Colin's Oyster
shells
Bar.
oysters.
Would you like some oysters from Colin's Oyster
Back
Bar?
once
Hello.
again for the oyster bar master, Crab Claw Damager. That's what they used to say to me. Yeah.
That's a really long intro to
D4 damage.
anyone that's trying to call you.
That
In
is-
it. Yeah. Can we have 6 oysters, please?
Can you do the dishes, please? Dishes that need to be done.
Yeah, well, who's
Big up
Crab Claw
dishwasher.
Manager? Yes, the one with the ill behaviour. That guy.
Exactly. Yeah. He's acting all ill over there. Look at him.
Oh, Lobster Karen wants to speak to the Crab Claw manager.
Right, let's see what. Well, let's get into
Oh my
this, shall
goodness!
we?
Yeah.
Shall we?
Yes.
That's us. That's what
Quite
we
an
do.
intro, that. Thanks.
That is an intro. Let's have an adventure, everybody. So, for this adventure, what we have done is we have made a group of level 0 characters. If you want to see how to make level 0 characters, it's from the Game Mastery Guide. If you have a look in some of the additional rules in it, it tells you how to make them. And basically, what it is a 2nd edition character, but you stop before you add the class to them. So you give it an ancestry feats, you give it a background, you give them a few skills, a tiny amount of gold, and almost no proficiencies, and no class skills, and almost no hit points. So these are not going to be fighters and wizards and rogues going into this battle. These are going to be a collection of other people will be going into this battle, and there may be multiple character sheets available to everybody but if we don't manage to keep everyone alive for too long. So let's jump right in to our adventure, and we begin much as we did our previous run of Lockdown Legends, not by rolling initiative. We begin looking in the present day, and we are at a bar in Absalom. We can see lots of dwarves dancing around. We can see members of the Danger Club dancing with them. Everyone is drunk. Everyone is having a good time. And we pan around to the corner to where Beelzeboob Bigsby III is sat talking to a group of shirtless dwarves. He is telling them a story, and all of them are just wide-eyed and nodding intently at everything he's saying. And as we listen to his words, we drift back in time to the city of Absalom many, many years before. Beelzeboob is standing in the window of the Arcanarium. The Arcanarium is the great magic school, the oldest college of magic in the Inner Sea region. And Beelzeboob is standing there looking out of the window. Standing next to him is a catfolk, an elderly catfolk lady dressed in wizard's robes with a hood pulled down. If we have met her previously in, I think, episode 99. Her name is Grandma Boots. Grandma Boots of the Arcanarium of the Archlords of Nex. She is looking out across the city, and looking out specifically to the edge of the city, to the cliffs, where there is what was once a great district. It's called the Precipice Quarter. Precipice Quarter was once home to nobles, to people who live in great manor houses, the rich and the famous. But what happened was there was a great earthquake long ago. That section was shattered, people moved out, and monsters moved in. And now it is completely overrun with various horrors, and nobody goes there, except for God is coming up fairly soon. Grandma Boots looks out and turns to Beelzeboob and says, Beelzeboob, the Bixby family go back a very long way among the Archlords of Nex. I remember the Archlords themselves. We used to run the magic trade here in the city. Those days are long gone. I wonder if you are the sort of person who is going to live up to the wonders of your previous family.
I will definitely try. I will pass on the name of Bixby the third, and then there will be a fourth, and a fifth, and a sixth, but maybe not a seventh. It depends on that person's, opinion on the name.
You're just going to skip 7 and go straight to 8. You think that's... Yeah, unfortunately, things have not gone so well since you last came to the city. The science fair at the Arcanarium was supposed to be your great triumph, your first arrival here in the city, and yet, as your project, you came up with that thing. And she gestures to Beelzeboob's feet, where there is stood a tiny little inside-out man. His muscles and veins are on the outside of his body, and he looks racked with perpetual pain.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Look at him. He is fantastic. He is my son.
Oh, Father! Why does the wind burn my veins? Says the creature.
You will get used to it, son.
I suppose we all must get used to pain. What is its name, Beelzeboob?
I will call him Jam, because he reminds me of a pot of jam.
We all suspected it, but to hear it out loud is just...
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, you've got work to do to make a name for yourself here in the city, but I've done as you asked. I've gone ahead and used the sway of the Archlords of Nex to secure you a place among the expedition that is to be leaving to the Precipice Quarter. Yeah. I can't tell if you're happy or not.
I am. I'm also really nervous. Do I have to wear something specific? Do you think my hair is okay?
You've only got half your hair, Beelzeboob. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Now, they're taking a large number of volunteers with you. But I shouldn't worry. There's an awful lot of soldiers going as well. If you can stay out of the way and do a good job, you should be able to make a name for yourself here in the city.
Yes.
Perhaps you can properly take your place, like your father and grandfather before you.
Yes. However, I will be the greatest lieutenant in all of Absalom.
I got about 2 words of that. Cut forward to a couple of hours later. Beelzeboob, I keep wanting to call him Meowzeboob now. Beelzeboob and Grandma Boots are standing at the entrance to the Precipice Quarter. There is a great army camp built up here. There are lots of tents around and there are lots of people getting ready. There already are soldiers marching up through the gates into the quarter, ready to clear things out. There are various servants and hangers-on and general volunteers kind of trying to work out where to go and helping out and moving things around. Among this general throng of people, let's see who else is standing around in this general throng. Colin, why don't you tell us one of the people that's standing around here?
Sure, yeah, we've got a little winter-touched human standing there. He's sort of... he's got a little moustache. He wears little round glasses and a flat cap, sort of deerstalker hat, and a shabby sort of brown tux. Yeah, average human size, slightly blue skin. Yeah, and his name is Horatio Blobbins.
Strong name. I feel like I'm going to remember that name somehow.
Yeah.
Drummond, who else is is hanging around there?
All right. Well, you can see there is an Arctic elf hanging around. Sort of not super tall. Like for an elf, pretty short, I'd say. You know, sort of more human size, right? And it's sort of the only way you could describe him is a bit featureless. All right, you know, like nothing you could grab onto. Yeah. He has like a little waistcoat, and he's got a little bag with him. The only thing that you would really notice is that if you look into his eyes, you can see anger. Oh my God, he is just so pissed off about everything. Yeah, you know, if you look in his eyes, it makes you want to not speak to him. His name is Horace Sowers Malloy. He's about. He's got his little bag and his trousers that are cut off at the knee, and he looks angry.
Excellent. Horatio and Horace, this is not going to get confusing at all.
Right.
Wait, for this one, Scott, who else is there in the crowd?
You also see a dwarf wearing leather armor that it's so tight it could be confused as a wetsuit. And indeed, maybe it is, for this dwarf also has a little starfish attached to his face. Maybe he forgot about that starfish, maybe he didn't. If you're picking up a maritime theme from this dwarf, then you're correct. He sort of smells of the sea, and also got a little pipe that he blows bubbles out of. His name is Creevy McDuggins.
Creevy McDuggins.
Strong.
Amazing. Tremendous. This is clearly the A-team. And James Lockhart, who else is there?
So there's a human. They're rather tall and elegant, one would almost say willowy, and they're wearing padded armour. He's wearing padded armour, so a very sort of shabby set of padded armour, with an outfit that would look like, think 70s science fiction when they go and visit the planet, and there's an advanced civilization. They're wearing sort of silvery togas, but it's very, very dirty and grubby and very much the worse for wear. There's a little crumpled golden laurel wreath. And he's looking about him and grinning his head off, looking very, very pleased. And this man's name is Barnval Snoots. Yeah.
Excellent. What an excellent party of people we got gathered. Grandma just kind of ushers Beelzeboob towards this group. Just stick close to some of the volunteers and just try to stay out of trouble, Beelzeboob. If anything goes wrong out there, and you should make your way to Beldrin's Tower. It's an old wizard's tower on the edge of the cliff. There's a crystal ball in there that you can use to contact me and the other archlords at the Arcanarium. We'll be able to save you. So if anything goes wrong, make your way there. But I think you'll be absolutely all right. I can't envision anything going wrong.
Yes.
And we're going to cut forward, cut forward to a few hours later. It's the middle of the night. We're in the Precipice Quarter. Ruined buildings standing up all around us. The rain is hammering down over everything. Arrows are whistling overhead. Fires are being lit in some of the buildings. Everywhere you look in all of the windows, you can see ugly reptilian faces staring out at all of you. A half-orc paladin dressed in plate armor holding a shining sword spins around from the barricade at the front and just screams out, "Everyone run! It's all gone wrong!" And then an arrow hits him in the neck and he goes down. People panic and just start running in all directions. Ugly lizard-like creatures are just pouring out of the windows, jumping on the volunteers and hacking them down. And the five of you find yourself sort of fleeing through the crowd, trying to push your way through it, and you find yourself stumbling into a side alley away from everything, where you all end up gathered together and have a moment to catch your breath as the battle rages outside.
Yes, one didn't really think that this would sort of happen at all. What's going on? Does anyone have an idea?
Well, I don't know, but it's simply wonderful, darling. Isn't it just the best time? I mean, it's all just so rustic and dirty and dangerous. I'm having a smashing time.
God's sake, you people, don't you see? Everyone's lost. The soldiers are lost. We are lost. It's up to us now. For God's sake, people, can't you get a grip on yourselves?
Oh, yes,
No, I'm doing
yes.
fine, darling. I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not fine.
I have to
Oh.
agree with the creature made almost entirely out of rage. You see, it's all clearly gone wrong. This is worse than that time I went fishing in the inner sea. In fact, it's raining now. It feels like it's raining the sea on me, except the sea of pain. What are we to do?
Don't worry, friend. I have dealt with these creatures before.
You say you have some kind of authority here amongst us?
Yeah.
Well, fine. Have you been in the field before? Have you been in the battlefield before?
Yes, I have spent many times in fields of battle.
Good.
Well, that's good because...
Well, in that case, why don't you take the lead, boy?
Yes, Beelzeboob Bixby III will take point, and I will get us out of this. And I will be here.
You'll be what
some sort
now?
of,
What did you say
leader.
there at the end?
I said, I'll be here.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm having trouble understanding anything that you're saying.
Oh, but he's got one. Is this your little meat man, darling?
Yes.
He's wonderful. Can I touch him? Oh, he's so flawed. I love it.
touch me, I am sticky.
Oh, touch.
This is my
man.
son. This is my son, Jam.
Part of me will always be part of your finger.
What the hell was your wife like?
Small and meaty, darling, I think. Small and meaty.
All right, my friends, you must follow me. This
yes,
way.
it seems like you're maybe the leader of this whoever we are. I don't know who we are, yes, of course.
Fine, I'll follow you, but only until you put a foot wrong.
I'm just on for the ride, darling.
Is there a way out of this alleyway?
So yes, you can make your way a little further on. It looks like that you can, if you carry on along the alleyway, it will take you away from the raging battle that is going on behind you.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you lead the group a little bit further on. Jam turns to you and says, "Father, do you have any kind of a plan?"
Yes, I do have a plan.
Would you like to share it with me, or is it a secret, Father?
Don't worry, it's in my brain.
If only
Part
we
of your
knew.
brain is in me, though.
If only we knew, right? If there was a place we could nip back to, if there was a safe haven that someone had clearly signposted only moments before. That if one of us knew that or the name of that place, that'd be grand right now. It would.
You're mad, dwarf. Of course there isn't. We're in the thick of it now. There's nothing we can do but try to find the soldiers and patch them up.
Exactly, we need to get out of here. This way.
And as Beelzeboob leads you round a corner, there is a figure in the alleyway in the street ahead of you. It turns around and hisses at you. It is a repulsive-looking reptilian creature in a loincloth. It is holding a javelin in one hand and a huge length of bone in the other. It has kind of ridges, like ridged spines coming out the back of its head and neck, running down the back of it. It smells awful, just unbelievably disgusting, and it's leaving a sort of trail of slime behind it as it walks along the ground. As it sees you, it turns, snarls, and then banging the bone on the ground, starts to break into a run towards you. Level zeros, it's time to become level heroes. I would like you to roll for initiative for me, please.
Great
We're going to be rolling
What a hideous
perception
beast!
unless you've got another skill you want to roll for it, but I think probably in this case it's almost certainly going to be perception.
Bro. I rolled
Get
a
'em out.
21.
Nice.
A 21?
Yeah, man.
21 for Colin.
Oh, did you roll a 21?
I got a 9.
What do you mean, how did I roll a 21? I rolled an 18 on the dice, and then I got 3 on the perception, so...
Are you playing games at this crucial moment in world?
I just thought, a game of whist while we wait. Something you don't play with dice, it's something you play with cards. But, I thought I'd roll the dice anyway.
What we saying?
Natch 1.
17.
Yes.
Oh, natural 1.
Natch 1.
1.
Yeah, Natch
A
1.
1 for Drummond.
17 for me, dear.
22, Colin. Sorry about that.
It's
One higher than Colin's.
Tremendous. Well, you will
not
be
a
pleased to
competition.
know,
Or is it?
staying on form for this adventure, the creature gets a 24 and goes
What?
first. The creature comes charging down, charging forwards. It uses It uses one action to hurl a javelin, and it is going to hurl the javelin straight at James.
His name you can't remember.
Horatio.
Snoots, darling, snoots.
No,
No,
no.
Horatio's
Yes.
mad.
No, Horatio and Horace are them two. Yeah, he was Snuts or something.
Snoots.
Oh, yeah.
Snoots, Barnville Snoots.
Now this feels like a miss, but you guys have low AC. It's only a 12.
Oh,
against
12.
Snoots.
I have. That is a miss.
It's a miss. The
God.
javelin.
Oh, he's
sails
trying to
past
give
you.
me something. It's so rustic. I love it.
Then moves up, and he's going to take an attack on Horatio. Which is, I'm just going to say, I'm going to pick one of the two, which I think is Colin.
That's how he. That's how he.
No, it's me. Oh,
we
no,
survived-
Horatio's you. Sorry, you're right.
Survived this
you.
adventure by giving Dan really complex names so we can't remember what our names are to attack us with. That's how we survived this, guys.
I'm just rewriting all of my names.
That is a 14.
Ah, 14 meets beats.
Oh, he
Nice.
gets you. Oh, he rubs running over. He hits you with the club that he is wielding in his hand. How we like this? I've got my Paizocon dice from Paizocon
Yeah.
UK. Got the old
Nice.
Pathfinder Society logo on them. Hopefully, we'll see that because that's a 6. It's not a 6. You'll be pleased to know he hits you, dealing 9 points of bludgeoning damage as he smashes you with the bone. How are you feeling?
And Horatio is down.
I mean,
Like, how down?
He had
how
9
did
hit points.
yeah. to be honest,
Stays
Snoots has only
on
got
0.
8.
Welcome to level 0, everyone.
Shit. Okay.
Don't worry, you may.
Is anyone going to save him?
We never even.
We're not even friends, to be fair, mate. We haven't even had time to bond.
I mean, can we make it like? Is it? Where are we in initiatives? And
So
stuff? Because
it is going to be. It's going to be Scott's.
I couldn't have rolled better as well. Like,
Right.
that was just. Do you know what I mean? First roll of the game, and he's out.
That is tremendous.
I mean, I don't have anything to help you.
The first thing I would like Scott to do is I would like Scott to make a fortitude save for me to get over the unbelievable stench of this horrible creature.
21.
21, you're good. You have smelled worse things. Worse things happen.
I smell worse things than you down in the deeps of my bathroom. Creevy pulls out his large fish repellent, which is a crossbow, and aims it at the hulking creature and goes, I'm going to send you back to the depths from which I assume you came. I'm not actually a great marine biologist. And I fire a bolt at it. Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
It was a 5.
A 5 ain't going to do nothing.
Still got 2 actions left.
Still got 2 actions left. Go ahead.
I would like to spend
What's
both those actions quailing and reloading that crossbow. Thank you very much.
You reload, and then you quail.
Wait, is it 1 or 2 actions?
It's 1 act. Is it a heavy
It is a
crossbow
heavy
or a light
crossbow.
crossbow? Heavy crossbow, 2 actions.
Okay, cool. So I
yeah,
just
spend
reload.
2 actions reloading
No quailing.
that crossbow.
Can I have a little bonus point for being honest there, Dan? Can I have a little?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Cool. Thanks, man. Thanks.
We'll bear that in mind.
Extra AC. Cheers, mate. Thanks.
Next attack will go against Drummond instead. So, Colin, it is your turn. You are currently dying 1. I need wonderful Horatio. We barely knew you.
He's got so much to give as well. Poor Horatio.
Right, it's a DC 11 flat check to stabilise.
DC 11 flat check. So, what am I rolling for this?
So you just a flat check. You just roll a d20. You
Of
don't
course,
add
yeah.
anything to it.
All right.
If you get an 11 or higher, you have stabilized.
1, 2,
What?
3. I got a 3.
A 3. Well, good news is you can't crit fail a stabilized check. So you're now dying 2.
Dying 2. Great.
At dying 4, you are permanently dead.
So he's got
Yeah,
two more
that's
goes.
Two more goes.
Am I right about
He's
that?
got 2 more goes. Cool. You might be all right.
Cool.
Okay, cool. Next up, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Beelzeboob. Oh no, it's gonna be James. Sorry, apologies, James.
Good. What do I have to roll for the smell?
So it's a fortitude save to get over that smell.
Oh, good. Luckily, Fortitude has a mighty 2 in it. So, whoops, there we go. Let's just roll the dice. No, that's 11.
An 11. You are sickened. You are filled with revulsion and bile over how awful this creature smells. You are a -1 to all of your dice rolls.
Good.
However, if you want, at any point, you can spend an action retching and being sick, at which point you get an immediate fortitude save to try and get rid of the status.
I think I'll do that. Because
Okay.
give me 2 actions left, won't it?
Yep, so you spend an action being sick. Go ahead and give us another fortitude save.
What an incredible smell! Oh, I just have so rusty. No, I'm not the same. You're just so
This is
rough.
And then,
around.
I'd like to whip him with my bladed scarf. Can I try and disarm him?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can make a disarm attack.
Is this an opposing strength check?
So if you hit him, you get to make a disarm check. So you get to make an attack, and then if you hit, you can try to disarm.
All right, let's go. Here we go. Snoots! 14. No, 13, because I've got a -1.
That is a miss. That is a fail, I'm afraid. No good. Snoots. You wave your scarf. You throw up on the floor and then whip him with a scarf. It does no visible damage. Anything we want to do with that last action?
Can I retch again?
You can.
It's just so delightful.
Oh, it's rolled very well. It's 22.
22.
I tell you what, I had some awful buffet earlier. I tell you what. Oh, good. Back in it.
You get it all out, and you are miraculously back in the fight.
You successfully vomited. That's
Yes, I
as
did.
good as we've got so far. We have someone who's
To be honest-
managed to engage their esophagus.
Yes, with a level 0 character, I think I've peaked. I think that's going to be it.
Also,
I was sick.
what's the bladed scarf all about? Who wears them?
But he's got a 2-handed bladed scarf. It's from a couple of seasons ago, but it's still quite fresh.
Yeah, H&M stopped selling those after complaints.
Well, Top Shop's in trouble, so they started selling bladed scarves. It's very Peaky Blinders.
Oh my goodness. Beelzeboob, it's your go.
Yeah, I am going to pull out one of my vials and throw an alchemist's fire lesser onto this creature.
Alright.
We're all going to die.
We're dead. That's it.
It's 19 on the die, which means it's a 23.
23 is a hit.
Yeah.
Quite a critical hit, I'm afraid, but it is a hit. Go ahead,
1d8.
roll some damage.
All right. Whoa.
I feel like you've started understanding him, Dan. You understood that. That 20... Didn't know what it was. You said 23. I was like, wow. You're
It's like when you've got a
decoding.
little
It's amazing.
child and they, don't really speak yet. And you're just like, yeah, I understand. It's fine.
He takes 7 points of fire damage, and then
Okay.
1 point of persistent fire damage, and 1 fire splash damage.
So the fire splash damage that lands in the areas around him.
Yeah.
Which will land on Colin, further setting Colin on fire. Colin is now dying 3.
Oh, sorry, I forgot you were there.
He's asleep, he's knocked out. He can't. I mean, you can feel it
Did you
inside.
say he's asleep?
He's not asleep, is he? He's knocked out. He's only asleep, but he's just burning, and now he's, unconscious but burning.
You've got 2 actions left, buddy.
Hey, throw another alchemist sphere.
Oh no!
Stab Horatio. Get him out of his misery, man.
Oh god!
It's a -5, isn't it? Yeah.
I think is it an agile weapon, a bomb?
I don't know. Let's go with
It feels like it probably is.
Let's pick the rules. Let me say yes.
Yeah.
Ross has decided as we're live, he can just make up rules.
Yeah, well,
Now
I know I can just catch Dan out.
Who's going to check while we're live?
Nostrix.
I'm going to say that it's an agile weapon for now, and if it comes up in the chat that you were lying about this, then there will be consequences later on in the stream.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. That is a 16. No, 17.
A 17's a hit. It hits him again.
He takes 1 point of just fire damage and then another point of splash damage. I guess the persistent damage doesn't stack.
He'd take a tick of the fire damage from that.
So he takes 3 points of damage. So 1 of the actual bomb, 1 persistent, and then 1 splash.
And the splash damage. The splash damage hits Horatio again, taking him to dying 4, and Horatio has been killed.
Oh,
What? No!
Horatio is doused in fire from the rain of bombs that
Horatio
Beelzeboob hurled
Blobbins.
into the
You
I
don't
can see-
know.
I can see
How
Cole just
much?
ripping up his page of backstory to all that history. All it's no.
Mate.
There was 2 names.
My guy's a fucking medic!
I want to be clear that I take no responsibility for this death of one of Colin's characters. This is all on Ross.
Hey,
Yeah.
kill the beast.
The beast is still
No,
alive.
no, the beast
Oh.
The beast is on fire.
I'm sure he's fine. You just put a bit of Sevillon on him.
And it wouldn't have affected any of your hit-to-hit rolls.
Yes, James,
because of where you got. But we did forget to do it, so go ahead and give us a fortitude save.
Natural 1.
A natural 1, you start vomiting all over yourself, having killed one of your own party.
It smells so hot. Jam, cover my nostrils.
It's coming out of every orifice, Father!
I get Jam to
Tries
climb
to hold
up
your nose closed.
onto my nose and shove his fists up my nose.
Is that like the bit in Total Recall where he's pulling the thing out of his nose? Surely that's just the.
I'd rather smell blood than that.
So gross. The good news is we have a medic on the team. Drum, it's your go. There is Uncle Colin's character looks like sort of Uncle Owen at the moment.
For God's sake, what the hell's wrong with you people? And I rush over to Horace. No, is it Horace? No, I'm Horace. To Horatio.
This is going well.
I rush over to Horatio.
Mate.
And I use my battle medicine skill to try and revive him, not realizing he's dead. Because the first thing that I want to do in these situations is save people.
That is.
Because that's my thing.
That's a very natural thing to do.
You motherfucker.
First of all, can you make a fortitude save for me, please?
Oh, God. Fine. But I'm going to do it with my
You run over to Horatio and just vomit on his body.
What
So
do I add to
you
it?
got a fortitude save up near the top of your sheet.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. 22.
22, you keep it down. You managed to not. You managed to fend off the thing. You give him a.
You can't get me that way, boy.
You have a look over, but I'm afraid he's gone. He's been burned to a crisp. Mostly his head was capable
killed
of
him!
the thing.
You goddamn hooligans! You killed him!
You've got.
Sorry, yeah,
you've
go
got
on.
a couple of actions left. Do you want to do anything else?
All right. Anyone else looking hurt?
No, it was just Horatio.
The beast is looking hurt. Right?
Oh, you're going to go to heal the beast?
Yeah, if you can patch
Just
the
heal the
beast
beast,
up.
that'd be great.
Switch
Yeah.
sides.
TPK.
That's right. I think he understands the basic differences. All right. So I take a look around to see if anyone else needs medical attention with immediacy.
Nobody looks injured among the group that are still alive. Although it's hard to tell about Jam Jam. He kind of looks permanently sort of injured.
Okay. I worry about Jam Jam for a moment, decide I can't worry about him because it's his life. And I give Beelzeboob a clip round the ear and say, "The hell are you doing, boy?"
I was trying to be a hero. Killing the beast.
Well, stop trying to be a hero and look where you can be a hero, boy.
Okay.
I'd like to think the stinky lizard is just standing there looking at the two of you, looking really confused, just like, weird.
Okay.
Stinky lizard.
I mean, after I've done that, I mean, maybe that takes up an action or something, right? After I've done that, I will, I will use. Oh, apparently I can use my club as a ranged attack.
Yeah, you can throw your club.
I'll throw my club at the beast.
Go ahead.
And then say to everyone, "Run for the love of God!"
Make an attack.
Right, so that is an attack of 15.
15, not a hit, I'm afraid. You throw the club and it just sails past the creature.
Okay, and then I just say, "Run, you fools!" and start running for my life in the opposite direction.
I feel like this is the most Danger Club fight that we've ever had in a way. We've thrown a weapon away, we've done damage to each other, someone's down, people are being sick all over the place. The good news is you only have to make one save against that, against the smell. Once you've successfully saved again, once you've been affected by it. Those of you who failed are still being affected by it. But once you've recovered from it, you don't have to worry about it again. The creature is going to take its go now. So it's looking around at its available targets as it sees it. First of all, it takes a bit of fire damage. We're going to cross that off. It's on fire. It's not looking particularly happy at the moment. It's screaming in pain. And it's deciding who its next target is going to be. And it's going to be... I'm going to roll for it. It's going to go after Scott. It targets the. It seems to covet your wetsuit somehow, and it moves over and it takes a swing. Let's grab Old Bad Moon. Takes a swing with. It's going to try and bite you on this one. It tries to bite you with its jaws.
Here, pack it in, you wrong'un. I'll do you.
It's only a 13.
You say 13?
13.
You say 13?
I said 1-3.
That's
13.
not a hit.
Oh!
Yeah.
Bop him away with my crossbow. Just go, right, you pack that in, you pest you. I'll put you back in the pond.
It makes a claw attack at you. It's got one action left. It's going to try and
give
claw.
over.
It's only got a plus 5 to this. That's going to be it's only a 12. Even worse. So no good at all. It flails away.
I'm protected by several layers of salt water. You're never scratching this side.
And it's your go, my friend. What are you going to do against this disgusting creature?
Right, well, I am scared. But it's in melee with me now, isn't it? So if I was to leave, it would just savage me if I tried to get away from it, wouldn't it? It'd just tear me into pieces.
It depends if it's got attack of opportunity.
So you are not gonna.
You could make
fish.
To whether or not.
If you would like to if you'd like to spend an action making a recall knowledge check, you can go ahead and give me a knowledge nature to try and work out what the creature is.
I wonder if I've ever fished you before when I've been searching for pearls in my in-depth backstory that I'm sure I'll get a chance to reveal. I think that's on a 14.
A 14. It is a Zulgath. They are creatures who live deep underground and are driven to the surface by events below the ground. They are incredibly stinky. They do not like bright lights, and they do not have attack of opportunity.
Right, I reckon I'm pretty safe. Doing a little backwards dive out of the way. I shout to the rest and I go, Oi, it's a Zolgath. They've been forced out of the ground by vents underground. And I just hop backwards and I plug in with my freshly loaded large fish deterrent.
You jump backward. Are you just using all the remaining 2 actions to just move away from it as far as
one
possible?
Action to take
So
a
you
move
use
action away from it, and then 1 action to fire
one
the
action.
crossbow.
Yeah, that works.
And then
absolutely.
Can I take another? Drum, did your character start running in a direction? I will then, after I shot this, no matter what happens, I would like to follow Drum's character, which way you've gone. Do that.
Okay, so the recall knowledge is an action,
yeah,
so
sure.
you can basically move in the direction of Drummond and then shoot the turn around and shoot the crossbow. So you won't get quite as far away as because Drum used his Drum used 2 actions to run away. So you get about 1 move's worth away, which is probably 25 feet.
That's good enough for me.
Go ahead and take a shot.
Oh, it's a 9.
9 is a miss.
Oh.
Another crossbow bolt.
It's because it
sails over and hits the club.
It's a Zolgath, and I this is used for fish. Anyway, I'm leaving right now. I'm terrified. I'm gonna shit my wetsuit.
Right, this is going extremely well as an initial combat. Oh dear, Colin. James.
Thanks. Yeah, cool. I'm just gonna go and make a cup of tea. I'll see you later.
Rest of the stream.
Why is it always
campaign? Oh dear, Colin.
I'll tell you what. It's quite funny that Beelzeboob has killed someone. Like this is genius.
That's the
because,
first detail. This is him telling a story to some strangers, and that's the first thing he brings up.
It also kind of makes a lot of sense on how he acts around the Danger Club. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
James.
Right. Well, I'm going to try and whip him with my scratchy scarf again. This is 1 action yet.
Yeah.
Oh no, 6. Nah, take that. Oh, never mind.
6,
Look, I'd love to stay, but I've got to go down because it seems the tour guide's gone. Great facts about you, though. Stinky. And he runs off up the hill. 2 actions to run away.
In your own sick.
Yep.
You just run away.
I don't care.
Trailing your scarf behind you. Beelzeboob.
All right. It looks like it's just you and me.
You say with jam still stuffed in your nostrils.
Let us.
First of all, remember you are sickened, so you got a -1 to all of your dice rolls unless you want to be sick.
I'm going to throw a frost vial on this guy.
All right.
That's pretty good. 20, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22 is a hit.
Yes, you take 1 bit of cold damage, which is 6 points of cold damage, and then 1 cold of splash damage, and also you have a -5 foot penalty.
-5 penalty to its feet.
Yes.
It loses 5 feet.
Fine.
It's now only a foot tall.
So, just for the new players and myself, could you explain what foot damage is? Like, how can you have -5 to your foot?
That's what it says here. It says, and target takes a -5 foot penalty.
It's
Immediately gets an ingrown
It's
toenail.
like the
Yes,
end of the World Cup, you know?
It's mosaic Farukas.
All right, fair enough. Cool. We're safe, guys. He's got a -5 to his foot. So
That is to his speed, but it won't matter because with that damage, you kill the Zolgath.
Yeah.
Wait, I want to say
the
something.
ice encases its body. What would you like to say?
Hasta la vista, baby.
And then I throw a stone at it, and it just disintegrates like the T-1000 in liquid nitrogen.
Tremendous. It just shatters into pieces. And you're able to regroup with your fleeing friends out on the street, where you find another figure crouched by a wagon, having just fled from the battle. Colin, who is crouched by the wagon?
Okay, so
I throw an alchemist fire on him.
yeah, just kill him. Just don't even let him speak. He just goes, hello.
I'm joking.
So there's a lizard folk crouching behind there. He's slightly plumpy. He's got a bit of weight on him, and but he's not obese or anything. Eat responsibly out there, ladies and gentlemen. And he's wearing like a kind of brown jacket. Looks like he works in a sort of local tavern. He's got a little what they call it, a little apron on as well. He could work in an oyster bar. Who knows? Ha ha! Cool bag, yeah. Yeah. So there he is, and his name is, well, you'll find out when you get to speak to him.
Oh, making his weight there, making his weight. Nice, tease it out, yeah, nice.
He's making us shell out for it.
Hello. Oh my goodness. What is happening? Oh my goodness. I have survived again.
Yes.
What have you been surviving, boy?
Like every time something bad happens to me, I seem to survive. It is unbelievable. Yes, hello, who are you? Thank you for killing this thing.
Don't worry, my friend. You stick with us. We have to get out of this Precipice Quarter.
Precipice.
Horace turns to Beelzeboob, grabs him by the face, and says, "Listen, boy, I've been on a few battlefields in my time, but I have never, ever in my lifetime seen the kind of callous actions that you showed us back there. You got a man killed, you hear me?
You killed a man?
Now what the hell are you gonna do next?"
Why did you kill this man?
I forgot that I was told that if we ever needed any escape route from this, and if anything went bad, that we should go to Belfort.
I can't help but notice that as you're reminiscing about this memory, that you completely deflected the point that was raised by him over there only a minute ago.
Look, my friends, over there, somebody is hurt.
What's up? Where?
Can I please come with you, because I am just wandering the streets and I could perish. My name, by the way, nobody has asked my name. It is very polite if somebody asks your name.
What's your name,
Thank you very much. My name is Shmi Shleem. Shmi Shleem.
Shmi. I'll be honest.
Shleem.
Yes, Shmi Shleem.
Alright, we can...
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance,
We can say it a few times.
Of the Shleems.
We can say it a few times.
All the Shleems, they died in last war. I am the only survivor.
I'm not sure that learning your name is going to be very effective, gathered from the knowledge that what's happened here only moments ago. But Shleem,
yes.
Pleasure to meet you, and Shouty Man, alright? I'd just like to point out that this here, what's your name? Beelzeboob, the man you can't pronounce nothing. He just disintegrated that flaming big thing over there. He set it on fire, and then he disintegrated it all by himself. Can you do that? No. This man might be an hero.
He is brave.
Yes, and with...
He's brave, but he's reckless. I don't know if we can trust him.
He's a loose card, but I like that.
We need to get out of here.
He's toying with people's lives, boy.
I think he's adorable, and he's a tiny little meat man. Let's stick with him. Let's do it.
Fine. But you better watch yourself. I got my eye on you.
Is Jam Jam still stuffed up your nose, out of interest?
I believe he's just hanging there.
Yeah, he's just hanging there.
Like, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
I pull him out
me.
now because the smell's gone.
Oh, good. Well, that's
Well done, son. Well done.
Oh, my hands are covered in your nostril hair. Why is there so much of it?
Yeah, don't trim. Anyway, let's go. My friends, I remembered it now. It is we must go to Beldrin's Bluff, and we must contact my friend.
Beldrin's Bluff? Is that not a long, long way away?
No, it's just like up there, isn't it?
Yes, Father. It is those towers up on the top of the cliff. All we must do is go through that school in between us and out the other side of it, and we should almost be there. But just past that the square on the other side.
Exactly.
Yes, let us go to the school.
The famous thing about schools is nobody goes to them.
I mean,
is
that's
that-
not really what I found about schools at all, darling, but never mind.
Not in the
nobody needs an
Precipice
education.
Quarter.
It just makes you more rugged. Right, should we go?
Let us go to the school.
Isn't it wonderfully ramshackle?
I will follow you.
Shmee.
And
I will follow you to my death.
You slap Shmee. Shmee takes how much now?
No, it's a non-lethal. It's a non-lethal.
Okay.
I just go.
I was going to say, I
down,
was going to
Shmee.
hit him with some claws then.
You hit your new lizard friend on the shoulder, and you make your way towards the school. So you make your way past an old academy building that is set up there. It has rusted gates built around it. But it seems, with the way that the buildings are collapsed around, it seems the only way to get up to the cliffside where the Beldrin's towers are is to go through this set of buildings. So you push open the sort of rusted open gates, and you make your way into the schoolyard and into the old building as the rain starts to pour around you. And as it goes, you walk past a sign on the fence next to it, saying Tri Towers Yard Academy, and then written underneath in a hastily scrawled letter are the words, "Get out, get out." And that is where we leave it for tonight.